You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Good morning and welcome to the Experience Pros radio show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. We're here to remind you that small business is big business and your business is our business.
Well, and good morning to you. I can't believe that we are already up and out and using our brains, because last night we had
a bit of a late night.
An epic networking party.
Yeah, well,
it is now not like your typical business networking event.
Never has been.
It is a celebration.
Well, that is the truth.
It is a huge celebration. Fox and the Hound hosted it.
50 people there.
It was awesome. It was rocking. Encore Events and Entertainment did the music, and we did some line dancing. Tons of business relationship building happening, but not in your typical somebody running around. In fact, I got at the very end, Eric, you had left early to go attend a graduation.
Graduation to attend.
But I had somebody come up and compliment us because it wasn't a room full of people just tossing out business cards.
No network drive-bys?
No network drive-bys.
All
people
right.
really engaging in valuable conversation and trying to connect and build that network and build that relationship. And it was happening. And here's like another fun kicker to the whole thing.
Another one?
Denver's first mobile networking event is a limo ride from Northern Colorado down to our epic networking event.
A stretched limo from Fort Collins.
Filled with business professionals. So they network from Northern Colorado down here, stay here and network with us for like 4 hours.
I heard those folks danced.
They didn't leave until 9 o'clock last night. The event started at 5:30. They were dancing. There was dancing. There was business. There was everything was going on. But yeah, Denver's first mobile networking event. Nowhere. And so at 9 o'clock, the limo is full. I actually climbed into the limo.
Did you?
Yes.
Of course you did. Yeah, they had to check out the digs.
I was thinking I, had known with some of them. The party's still going on because they still had over an hour of celebrating and networking going on.
Correct. And I'm telling you, more and more, you just got to say, whatever you're doing on the third Wednesday, you're coming to the epic networking party. It is just such an amazing group of people, and you will not see another event anywhere. I mean, we've been networking for years.
Right.
We have never encountered an event the likes of which the folks through the Experience Pros radio show, through Extreme Relationship Management, through Infinite Nation and the Connecting Experts, that we know how to throw a party, folks. And it was just truly amazing. Hats off to the Fox and the Hound in Lone Tree. Those staff, they did a great job serving us. I like them.
Yeah, if you came and you're looking for somebody to do music, if you're ever addressing a crowd, it's always nice to have a microphone. So if you're doing any speaking events, any business events, of course, weddings, corporate events, make sure you check out our friends online at totalencore.com. That's the website for Encore Events and Entertainment.
Gosh.
They're award-winning.
Pros.
Yeah, very, very professional and super fun to work with. But it's the third Wednesday every month. We've been doing it every month, the third Wednesday, 4 years. It is open to all business professionals. You don't like networking? Perfect.
Yeah, seriously, join us because this is not like, I did have to leave early. I was blessed to see one of my friend's daughters graduate from Highlands Ranch High School. Got to see Red Rocks from a completely different angle and perspective in the mist and the rain and the cold, and it was wonderful. No, it really was. I mean, sure, it was a cold, sure, absolutely. But this was, again, one of those never to be forgotten Colorado experiences.
Nice.
And it was beautiful. But
glad it was you.
One of the things that I think I hear more than anything else, and yesterday, even though I had to leave after the first 45 minutes, I heard it like 6 times before I left. And it's new people coming and saying, I was invited by these people, and wow, this is different. That's refreshing.
It is. It is. And it really is. So if you don't like networking, you typically don't attend after-hour business networking events.
You're going to love us.
You will absolutely love our epic networking party. Oh my gosh, it's just so much fun celebrating local business. If you think, okay, I don't know if small business is really growing. I don't know where to hang out. I don't know, if I would fit in. You absolutely would. We are the friendliest networking group in Colorado. You want to see the members of, what makes it so friendly? It's the members of the Extreme Customer Service Directory. It's our business directory. It's an online business directory. You can find it at experiencepros.com. Read reviews, read testimonials for some of the companies that are doing the best in business. You're always looking. You're always thinking. You're always going online. Does anybody know a plumber? Does anybody know who I should, get for my heating and air conditioning?
Yes.
Well, spread the word. The Extreme Customer Service Directory has the best in the city. So check it out, experiencepros.com, and do business with us. Do business with the companies that support your most favorite positive business talk show, because without these companies, without these members collaborating together, we couldn't do what we do. And we do it all day long. We do it every day, and we do it together.
Do you guys know how to best prepare your kumquats? Well, I'll tell you what, life hacks and business tips coming up next. Pam Atherton is up next on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Can you imagine going an entire day without your phone or computer? Crazy, right? How else would you communicate with your team, contact that client, or even get paid? Absolutely nothing happens when you don't have technology in your lap. Even a slow-running computer can stall your progress. And when your software doesn't sync, nothing seems to work out. You've got a technology partner like no other with C-Squared Computer Consulting. C-Squared is your business pain reliever. Solve your pain. Call C-Squared at 303-933-1113.
The business professionals at Extreme Relationship Management know that networking is one of the best ways to create word-of-mouth marketing for your business. They also know that many of you feel like it's a complete waste of time. The difference is knowing how to network and what to do with all those business cards that you collect. Tune in every Thursday to learn about the ERM networking laws, and be sure to sign up for the next ERM class. Extreme Relationship Management offers training and events to help you realize how rewarding networking can be. Train it the ERM way. Find them online at extremerelationshipmanagement.com and call 855-I-LIKE-ERM to find out more about their next class.
Let's face it, most phone systems are old and outdated or so complicated that it takes a PhD just to change your voicemail. Introducing Edgetronics, your answer to all your business telephone needs. Edgetronics is authorized and certified by Avaya, and they'll not only replace your old phones with new solutions, they'll even train your staff on how to get the most out of them. Proudly serving up and down the Front Range for over 10 years, Edgetronics wants to be your next phone system provider. Call them today at 303-766-1699. That's 303-766-1699. Or online at Edgetronics, that's with an X.com.
Being a homeowner, business owner, or a consumer has never been easier thanks to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You can count on the Experience Pros Network to deliver the best in customer service and collaboration. Check out the Extreme Customer Service Directory for all your referrals. And if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out. And if their customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for the Extreme Customer Service Directory. Online at experiencepros.com/directory.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Finding care for an aging parent or loved one can be a simple and hassle-free process with Home Care Assistance Denver by your side. They are locally owned and provide hourly as well as 24/7 live-in services by caregivers that are custom-matched based on client needs. They personalize every care plan to fit your loved one's varies. Call your 720-443-3371. 720-443-3371. More information can be found at homecareassistancedenver.com. They love serving your loved ones. Call now, 720-443-3371.
John Rush, this afternoon from 3 to 6 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service on Facebook.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Okay, you have a cough button.
No.
Why are you hacking into the microphone?
That's just it. Pam Atherton want to talk about hacks, and I just want to be prepared.
Oh, all right. We do have our next guest is Pam Atherton, Media Award winner. Pam Atherton, who does a monthly feature here with us, and we are talking about some fun little hacks that you can use in business. But I don't think it's quite what Eric is talking about. He does tend to get sidetracked pretty darn easily. Pamela Atherton, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. So glad to be with you. I was doing something yesterday, and as I did, I was noticing that there were some things that could easily be fixed, but that I thought people just didn't know. So, for example, how many times have you scrolled on Facebook and noticed that the video that somebody shot with their iPhone has these two huge black bars on the sides of it and a little dinky thin section of video?
Yeah, they shot it in the comfortable way.
Right. They shot it the way they hold their phone. You hold your phone vertically to answer it, to look at things, to, make phone calls, but not when you shoot video. The proper way to hold your iPhone when you shoot video is horizontally, and then you get across the entire screen.
So turn it sideways, people. Same for taking pictures as well, right, Pam?
Right. Yes, exactly. Although you can, in the picture mode, go in and actually flip it if it is the wrong direction. So often you'll get an email from somebody or they'll post something onto Facebook and the picture will be sideways. That was easy enough to fix by just going in and flipping it in the actual album that you have of photos.
All right, but if you don't want to take the time to flip, just turn your phone.
Yeah,
Turn your
exactly.
phone. It's kind of easy.
Right?
It is kind of easy. It is funny. It's funny to watch people. And then you see it when it lands on Facebook sideways. I'm like, God, turn your phone. But it is one of those things because you're always using it, vertically to make phone calls and to scroll through things and all of that you think, well, that must be the way. But really for videos, for the picture portion of it,
it should be done.
It should be sideways.
Yeah.
Right. Horizontally. All right. So here's another thing on Facebook. How many times have you scrolled past something and it's a sea of gray? It's all line after line after line after line. And you think to yourself, I don't have the energy to read that. Right?
Right.
Sure.
Well, the easy thing to do is to create what's called a line break or a space in between the two lines. But your thought is, well, yeah, but if I hit the enter button, it automatically posts what I'm doing. That's correct. Here's what you do to create some space in between or a line break. You hold the shift key and hit enter. And when you do, it automatically jumps down to the next line. And this is perfect when you're putting in an address, Experience Pros, shift enter. In the next line, your address, shift enter. The next line, your phone number.
That's so smart.
That is kind of smart.
Right, because here's the deal. Too much gray and we go away.
Too much gray, we go away. There's your mantra. That's a good one.
That's why I shave my hair.
How many times have you passed by something because you thought, I just don't have time to read it?
Right?
Tons. Always.
Right?
Regularly.
Shift and enter, and that'll solve it for you.
And that'll solve all that. Damn. All right. Oh, my gosh. You're transforming my world,
Where
Pamela.
have you been all my life?
Well, here's another thing. We're sitting on Facebook. You want to use a picture, a photo, or a graphic with just about every post you make. And I know you guys do at the Experience Pros.
Sure.
And the reason is the numbers are significant as to how many people will stop to read your post if there's a photo, especially if it's a long post.
Right.
And so that's one of the things that you need to do. For example, Facebook, it was constantly throwing my timeline into top stories, which is they're choosing what they want me to see. And that just makes me so upset. I have to keep going back and changing it to most recent.
Right.
Right? So I was upset about it. So I posted a funny photo of an angry man baring his teeth to go along with it, and it got people to stop and read the post.
Was it my picture?
It could have been.
Okay.
Back when you had hair.
I know it is, and it's pretty easy to add photos to every post that you do these days. There's so many fun little apps and graphic little websites and stuff that you can just grab those pictures and even brand them to yourself.
Right, exactly. And that's a whole nother time that we can talk about things like word swag and other free places where you can go ahead and create things for yourself. Okay, so you've got a business, you want to create a promotion, and you think to yourself, well, we'll do one of those things where if you buy two for the price of one. How about that? Well, here's what we know. We suck at math. We absolutely do.
How do you really feel?
Well, it's true. So you don't want to say 50% off. You want to say half off. You want to say buy one, get one free, because the free is still more powerful than two for the price of one. We can't do percentages. We just can't do the math. So don't say this week only 20% off. Say this week only save $10.
Yeah, I like that. And by the way, BOGO is way easier and better than BOGO-HO.
I'm not even going to ask you what that means.
Buy one, get one half off.
Oh, there you go.
Come on, Pam.
Well, you know, when it first started, I think was Payless Shoes, and Payless Shoes was buy one, get one. Then as time moved on, they changed it to buy one, get one half off.
Yeah, bad deal.
So, yeah, you have to be careful. You have to watch out for that. Make sure that you're very clear what it is you're getting.
Yeah, it's not a bad deal, Eric. It's just a different deal.
25% off of the 25% that I was going to save.
Oh, yeah, but you could.
Right.
It's okay. 20 and see, look at that. He actually figured the 25% off.
Sorry, didn't mean to do the math for you. Sorry, people are going to know I'm smart.
We just can't. For example, when something says 40% off, we don't have any idea how much they're talking.
No, we do not.
So, yeah. So it's best to put save from $5 to $10 or something along those lines.
Got it. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Because I don't know 20% off of what, and really, is that worth my time? But if you tell me it's $10, then I know exactly what I'm saving.
It's just an aside, Pam, and I'll extend your segment here for just a second. But last night I had to leave early from our networking event, and I instructed Angel to take care of the ladies for we had drinks, and it was a $6 bill. I mean, we're big spenders here, right? And I said, give her 30%. Angel says, I can't do the math.
I couldn't do the math. No. It was a $6 bill, so I gave a $6 tip.
Oh, how funny. Well, good for you that you recognize that those people are hard workers.
Yes.
For me, I take 10% and then multiply whatever. So 10% of $6 is 60 cents.
Yeah, see, when you get to that, the cents, I'm like, yeah. No, Angel doesn't do that.
I round up.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what? I'd much rather you did what you did than to leave, 50 cents.
Well, it was Eric's credit card, so I had to confess up. I'm like, this is how my math works. If you leave me your credit card, this is how it works in my head.
Check your bank account, it might bounce. All right, Pam, give us one more.
All right. Networking. All right. So if you see someone with an unusual piece of jewelry, you should say, what a lovely piece. I bet there's a story behind it. Because there's always a story behind a piece of jewelry, even if it's just, I got it at the dollar store, right? So jewelry is a great opening remark when you're at a networking event, and consequently, you should wear a piece of unusual jewelry to a networking event because it will start conversation.
That is excellent advice. I'm always noticing jewelry, but I never ask somebody what the story is behind it.
There you go.
And I bet there always is, and we can talk about it. They usually just say thank you, and then that's the end of that.
Hey,
right. So, yeah, you don't just appreciate it. Say, I bet there's a story behind it.
Pam, you're coming back out here, aren't you?
I am. I'm going to be out there the first week of June. And as part of your training that you do, which I think is so wonderful with your directory members, I think we're going to do another session for those who missed it. And also for those who were at the last one, they're going to get a chance to pitch to see how much they've grown in what we've learned.
You know what, Pamela, I told our folks, I said, if this training alone is worth your membership, if you've got nothing else out of it, and I mean, this right here, it is so worthwhile what you deliver and what you bring in, and just how you draw out their message from the audience, how you get them thinking. You are awesome, an awesome presenter. I'm thrilled that you're coming, and yeah, so our audience, our directory members are looking forward to hanging out with you. Are you going to be doing anything else? Are you going to be here doing some other fun stuff while you're here?
Well, I'm actually there to do some research, but I am open to, if there are people who would like to meet up or to work something out, I would love that. My email is simply pam@pamatherton.com, or you can find me on Facebook, Pam Atherton. You'll know it's me because we'll have the Experience Pros in common.
I love it. You can also go to our page, and we've put a picture of Pam Atherton on our radio page today. Pam, thank you so much for joining us.
I had a good time. And I'm going to just tell you one last thing. When you put a buy button on your website, the color of the buy button should be a very high contrast to the back page. It's why Amazon's are yellow and brown. 30% more clicks on your buy button if it's a contrast to the back color.
Come on.
Okay, look, she's making you money.
I got to go right now and do that. Pam, thanks again. We appreciate you.
All right, thank you. See you soon.
Check her out at pamatherton.com. We'll be back with business tips and insights coming up next on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
If you have a rental property and have been managing it all on your own, let Legacy Properties PM help you build your legacy. They handle everything from emergency calls 24 hours a day, market rent analysis, and fiscally responsible home improvement suggestions. They don't mark up contractor work, and they provide quarterly interior property condition reports. Get your first month's management fee for free at legacyproperties-pm.com/radio. That's legacyproperties-pm.com/radio. You're going to love this service. For questions, call 720-989-1996. They'll help you sleep well and build your legacy.
Hi, this is Eric, and I want to talk to you about my friends over at McDonald Volvo. This family-owned business has been delivering extreme customer service for almost 50 years right here in our neighborhood. With upfront worry-free pricing and super personalized service, your best car buying experience is at McDonald Volvo. General Manager Will Roughton is a great friend, and he wants to meet you personally. Call him at 303-738-4803. That's 303-738-4803, and tell him the pros sent you.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
Every day, hundreds, if not thousands of people are searching online for what your business has to offer. SharpNet Solutions can help you get found, just like they did for Vera at Love Bug Matchmaking.
SharpNet has really helped our business expand to 60 miles around our business. Being able to be seen online and being able to be seen through searches has made an enormous difference.
SharpNetSolutions.com or 303-900-4988.
Dana Lash, 8 p.m. weeknights on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
Think about it. There must be higher love, louder love, louder getting.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. Time for business tips and insights. Of course, if it's Thursday, we're talking to Tony Rayburn from Extreme Relationship Management.
Hi, Tony. Welcome.
Hello, team. How are you today?
Tony, we are doing fantastic. Did you enjoy the epic networking party?
That was absolutely awesome. I mean, so much energy, so many great business people showing up. It's just, it's hard to imagine it getting better, but then every month it does.
I know it.
I was thinking the same thing. We keep saying, oh my gosh, this was amazing. It was the best one yet. And then every month it just kind of keeps outdoing itself. But it's a pretty fun crowd we get to hang out with here in Colorado. A lot of great business professionals, right?
Absolutely. Love them. So today we're going to talk about networking law number 130.
Okay, 130. All right, that's all right. We're getting up there.
All the way up to 130. And this one is don't mumble.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're networking and you're talking to somebody, you have to be careful not to mumble. And sometimes people who talk too fast can be accused of mumbling, and it makes it very difficult for the listener. When you speak, if you speak with articulation and your words are clear, then you sound professional and very confident, right?
Right.
And exactly. We have to work on Eric all the time.
Always.
So if you're mumbling, though, you make it very difficult for the listener, and it becomes a conversation that they don't want to stay in. If they're having to ask you to repeat yourself over and over and over again, then it could be a clue that you need to slow your speech down, be a little more articulate, and speak with that clarity and confidence so that your message comes across and it's not something that's inhibited by this mumbling going on.
And you don't even realize, if somebody's trying to, is not engaging you in the conversation, but, pay attention to those signs. If they're asking you to repeat yourself, one time is maybe they just missed it, but if they can't hear you, you're not articulating, you're speaking down under your breath, you've got something in front of you, you're chewing, you're drinking.
Or maybe they're just deaf.
Well, it could happen that they have some hearing issues, but we've all met those people who try to talk without even moving their lips, right?
My first girlfriend. Yes, go ahead.
And so when they do, it just becomes very, very difficult. And you're like, would you please speak clearly? And so then you don't even hear their message. All you're hearing is you're just frustrated the whole time listening to them. So when you're networking, be sure to slow your speech down and speak clearly. And if you're not sure, ask one of your friends and say, hey, am I mumbling? Am I talking too fast? And is it hard to understand me? And they'll help you out so you can work on it.
All right. So pay attention. Aren't you glad that Tony brings these networking tips? Because this is stuff we wouldn't normally think about, kind of like what Pam Atherton was talking about. There's things that we're just going along in our day, and until somebody brings our attention to it, we will just continue to make the faux pas. So don't make any faux pas in public settings, professional networking settings. If you like to learn more about faux pas to avoid and ask how to do better at a networking event, make it more efficient of your use time and your energy. Tony, how do they get involved with extreme relationship management and participate in your upcoming trainings?
Sure. The best way to find out more is at extremerelationshipmanagement.com, or they can call us nationwide toll-free at 855-I-LIKE-ERM.
855-I-LIKE-ERM, and I do. And so it's an appropriate phone number for you, Tony. I'm glad you got that one. Thanks for calling in, buddy. We appreciate you.
You bet, team. Have a great weekend.
Oh, yeah. See, he's mumbling again.
Sorry.
If you're going to like
old habits.
ERM, and if you've never been to one of their training events, it's going to blow your mind. I like ERM. 855-I-LIKE-ERM.
Chris Kaiser is with us now. Chris, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Oh, well, that's also Charlie Brown's teacher. Yes, you have met the original voice for Charlie Brown's teacher, Chris Kaiser from C-Square Computer Consulting. Hi, buddy.
I love mostly the fact that the kids responded to that they heard exactly, what they said.
Right, absolutely.
That was brilliant.
That kind of was. And we still do. And as the adults, you're like, is that even close to what we think she was saying? It kind of was.
Exactly. Wait a minute. I recognize that.
Chris, what you got for us today?
Ready, fire, aim.
Oh, what?
Ready, fire, aim?
This seems a little bit out of order.
I think that is.
I think it is. But I think that's kind of what a lot of people do when it kind of comes to technology, a lot of those decisions. And so particularly I'm kind of thinking recently kind of about cloud and phone. A couple of things just kind of come to mind as far as planning and why some things are important. Looking at phone systems and moving phone to the cloud. that's a great solution. There are a lot of hosted phone systems. VoIP is a big deal, that are, cost effective, not having to have a huge expense of a phone system on premise, or, you've got all these mobile users, and then how do you get them connected? So there's some great solutions. I think some of the things that people don't think about is, one, are you in a contract? Is your phone lines tied up in a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year contract? I've seen people go out and shop and sign up. Yeah, we're going to do this. It's going to be great. In a month, we're going to move our phones over. Oh, wait, my current agreement expires 2.5 years from now.
Oops.
Termination fees can be big. Some of those contracts are pretty heavy. So I think one thing that people overlook a lot in moving phone systems is look at your current agreement. What are you obligated to? What are your options? Some companies will buy things out. Some won't. Some will be willing to move things. Some won't. But that's one. Two is really look at the overall cost. Does it include equipment? Is equipment part of the lease? Or, most of them, maybe phones are separate, service versus the lines. Third thing is, what is your bandwidth? I've seen people make a mistake of wanting to do a lot of things. It's kind of like, to me, it's like the equivalent of, hey, the team is going to go out for pizza after the game. Everybody in my car. Well, if you've got a little tiny,
little 4-seater, little sedan.
Right.
You're not going to get everybody to do the game in one trip, and it's not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be a lot of fun. So
they do it at Barnum and Bailey.
I know. Everybody has to have a seatbelt though now.
That's it right there. It's all about safety, Eric.
Yeah.
And taking off the clown shoes first.
Yeah. I gotcha. So, don't forget Red Nose Day.
All over it.
Yeah.
So,
but these are important things. I think you're right. When you started it off, that ready, fire, aim. We're just going along, moving forward. This sounds good. We're going to add this. We're going to try this. We're going to do that. Oh, wait, we're not set up for that. And rather than have that be a derailer and stop you from innovating and going forward, this is where ongoing conversations with your IT department help you make good decisions, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And just consider what else might be affected.
I love it. Chris, where do our listeners get other tips, insights, and amazing service at C-Square Computer Consulting?
You can check out our Facebook page. We try to post things there. If you want to ask a question or put an idea up there, love to hear from people at facebook.com/C-Squared-IT. You can give us a call at 303-933-1113. Or you can check out our webpage at c2cc.net.
And sometimes we can just call you and go, want, right?
And I may respond.
All right.
And you'll get it. Everybody will be go, oh yeah, that's a good idea, Chris. Thanks for sharing that. Well, nice thing about C-Squared Computer Consulting, they speak geek and English. So they're going to put it into terms you can understand. You don't have to know all of that want stuff. Let Chris Kaiser and his team decipher that, translate for you.
Absolutely. All right.
Chris, thanks.
Appreciate you, man.
Great day, you too.
Folks, when we come back, more positive business talk. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Get your payroll and employee paperwork done efficiently, effectively, and economically with Employer Essentials. Free up your time, free up your money, and let Employer Essentials help your business grow. They handle all of your payroll and HR needs at EmployerEssentials.com or call 303-734-9436. 303-734-9436.
Hi, this is Angel, and I've been in my home for 12 years now. When I think about redecorating, I just can't seem to get past what I've always done. Helene's Designs offers a fluff it up service for home decorating. She takes what I already have and rearranges just enough to fluff it up. Call Helene to get fluffed up at 720-233-7302. Helene's Designs is a full-service design firm that helps you turn your dreams into a reality. Call Helene's Designs today at 720-233-7302 or check out the before and after pictures online at helenesdesigns.com.
Attention business owners. If you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706. Or visit RivieraFinance.com.
We'd love it if you liked us. No, we know that you like us here on the radio, but we'd love it if you liked us on Facebook. Keep your fingers on the pulse of all the networking events, trainings, fun activities, and business opportunities. And the pictures. The pictures. All of which can be found right there on our Facebook page. Just go to facebook.com/Experience Pros and click like. Yep, it's just that simple. Get plugged into the most positive business talk show in America and become a business revolutionary. We'd love it if you liked us on facebook.com/Experience Pros.
Tune in every Monday at 11:35 for What's Going On with Jim Smith from Prudential. Jim will host a lively conversation about the financial and investment topics you're asking about. You can call Jim and his Prudential team directly at 303-669-9701 and tune in on Monday mornings right here on the Experience Pros radio show.
The Extreme Customer Service Directory is the go-to place for finding the companies who have the best customer testimonials. Plus, to make it even easier, we narrow down the field to only 3 companies in your area. If you need a printer in the metro area, we have it. If you need ink and toner, we have it. The Extreme Customer Service Directory is one of the most visited directories in the state, and it's all yours to view for free at experiencepros.com. Experiencepros.com for the best in customer service. When you're looking for the best, think Experience Pros. You can feel good about doing business with the pros.
I'm John Walsh. I'm Ed Smart. When a child is abducted, time is critical. That's why Amber Alert is so important. The public is notified when a child is abducted. It's a partnership between broadcasters, law enforcement, transportation, and you. Thanks for making Amber Alert happen.
Chris Cook, tonight at 6 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. You're going to have a great feeling after this next segment. Our next guest has been with us before, and I cannot wait to hear some of the good stuff she's bringing our way today.
Well, we are hoping to do some more good. That's why we're talking with Shari Arison. Forbes has repeatedly named and ranked Shari as one of the world's most powerful women. And in over 3 decades, 15 years of running her own global business in 40 countries across 5 continents, Shari Arison and her company, the Arison Group, has shown that business and philanthropy form a powerful platform for positive change. It's a little bit of a tongue twister there. She's a New York Times bestseller with the book Activate Your Goodness. And now in her new book, The Doing Good Model, Shari's vision and insights are applied to corporate world to illustrate how everyone benefits when companies value people and the planet. Shari, welcome to the Experience Pros radio show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Shari, very nice to have you back on the show. Now, let's talk about this new book, The Doing a Good Model. What will we expect to learn when we open up the pages of this?
Well, it's the Doing Good Model, Activate Your Goodness in Business. And we give, in the book, practical tools from the Arison Group, both in business and philanthropy, and from other companies as well, practical ways to implement values in the workplace.
Okay. I mean, this seems like it would be pretty simple, Shari. Okay. We're activating our values. But I think as a company, as a corporation, having those values, extending those values then to your staff and then getting that out into the community is probably more challenging than it sounds. What are some of the fundamentals of creating these values? And is it just the values of the owner, or does everybody get to participate?
Well, Well, first of all, in the Arison Group, everyone gets to participate. But I have to say that as simple as it is right now, and we show the simplicity in the Doing Good model, the book, this has been years and years of vision work for each individual company, each business, and each philanthropic organization. And after building these visions and implementing them in all the different entities, I realized that a model was being formed. And at that point, I sat down with all the CEOs and all the chairmen of the different companies and the different philanthropic organizations, and we sat down to define these values and see how they can be implemented. The next step was creating forums, and what I mean by forums is we have representatives from each organization. I'm talking about finance, infrastructure, real estate, water, renewable energy, salt, private family foundation, a volunteer foundation, a spiritual foundation. Everyone sitting together around the table and deciding together how, with practical tools, we can implement these 13 values that were created.
Yeah, and I love that. You also talk about those community building exercises that you do to help reinforce and maybe disseminate the training on this. Is that correct, Shari?
Well, the training has been a process as well. I mean, we connected with different universities, and we have an endowed professorship at George Mason University, who has already a course on the Doing Good model. And so we developed a workshop with them, with the different professors that were created in order to implement it in business. So it was done with the business leaders together and with middle management, with the employees. And from then we decided to do the trainers course, and that way we move it along. So really everyone gets involved, and it creates an open discussion, it creates creativity, and everyone feels connected.
The Doing Good model. It's a guide that's going to help you infuse your business with the power of doing good. Shari, you created those 13 values. You narrowed it down after all the research and everything that you did, all those conversations. You came up with 13 values. Can we cover just what a couple of them are?
Well, each value really represents a vision of a different business organization or philanthropic organization. So, for example, I own a bank, Bank of Pauline. I'm the controlling shareholder, and the main vision is financial freedom. And what we mean by financial freedom is to give the education and tools for people to make better choices so that they can grow and prosper. Or abundance came from my water company, MIA, where our vision is to bring millions of people water that didn't have access to water before, and so on and so forth. The volunteering, for instance, comes from Good Deeds Day. We're already in our 9th year. 2016, April 10th will be the 10th anniversary of Good Deeds Day, and it's already spread to 61 countries. All our businesses are involved. It's crossed all cultures and all boundaries. 1 million people this last year got together to do a good deed and donated 3 million hours in volunteer time. So each one of these values come from a vision, but they have actual practical implementation on the ground.
And I think it's important to say, especially to our small business owner, leader, or listeners, that you don't have to own a bank or a major corporation in order to implement these into your own culture. Is that correct, Shari?
That's very correct. First of all, I give a lot of examples from our group, but I also give examples from other businesses, even from TV shows that pursue a certain value, or different fields. You can be in any business, big, small. You can be a teacher or a farmer. Everyone can use the Doing Good model and create change, positive change in their world, in their environment.
I love it. Our guest is Shari Arison. The book is called The Doing a Good Model. I'm imagining you can pick this up wherever books are sold. Is that correct?
Yes, in Barnes & Noble, Amazon, or you can go .com, purchase the book, or get more information.
Fantastic. Shari, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You bet. Folks, don't hesitate. Go straight now and buy the Doing Good model. It will help you incorporate those values into your business.
Absolutely. And we got to promote Doing Doing Good Day.
Yes.
And we do that every year with Shari. And it is a global impact that we all can do something good. And no company, no person is too small. Love that she created a whole model that companies can actually incorporate and duplicate. And so you don't have to make it up. You don't have to recreate it and start from scratch. Go with a trusted and proven model.
Do you collaborate? Well, our next guest is going to tell you why you should. Coming next on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
You've got a great business, lots of customers, and a catchy tagline. Things are going great, right? Has it ever occurred to you that if you are doing so well in your business, someone else might be trying to copy or steal your concept and make it their own? It happens every day. But don't let it happen to you. You need attorney Steve Replin on your side. Much more than just a lawyer, Steve is a business consultant who knows how to protect what's yours while helping you grow it to success. Call Steve today and CYA. That's Cover Your Assets. 303-322-7919. 303-322-7919.
Being a homeowner, business owner, or a consumer has never been easier thanks to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You can count on the Experience Pros Network to deliver the best in customer service and collaboration. Check out the Extreme Customer Service Directory for all your referrals. And if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out. And if their customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for the Extreme Customer Service Directory online at experiencepros.com/directory.
Computers. We can't live a moment without them. My friend sent me an email recently saying she was having 99 problems and 97 of them were because of email and technology. I hate it when it doesn't work, but I'm stuck with how to get past the lockups, the slow retrieval, and lost data. This is what Binkley IT specializes in. All your computer quirks and hangups. They'll take care of you, and often they can do it remotely. Call our friends at Binkley IT and solve your IT puzzle one piece at a time. Call 720-254-1057, 720-254-1057. And if your computer is still working, look them up online at binkleyit.com.
Let's face it, you're stuck. Sure, your business is stable, but you've been floundering it even for too long. It's time to call Stephanie Scheller. Stephanie is a systems, business, and marketing coach who's helped over 300 companies improve their results by setting up systems and holding them accountable to trackable growth. Sometimes all you need is a fresh perspective and a little bit of accountability to break through to the next level of your success story. Call Stephanie today, 210-426-6956, and just talk to her, 210-426-6956. She can help. It's your business. Call today.
Did you get some great customer service today? Did someone make you feel a little happier for doing business with them?
Give them a fan brag. This is Eric, and you can call into Fan Braggin Friday and share your story with me and Angel on the air, or you can write a fan brag at experiencepros.com.
Once you start looking for great customer service, you'll find it's in more places than you thought. Share your great finds with us by calling 855-FAN-BRAG during our Friday show. Kindness is so simple, and we want to hear from you.
As a business owner, you know what it's like to wear a bunch of hats, and we know it too, which is why our very best advice to you is to outsource your accounting to By the Numbers Bookkeeping and Accounting. Philip Aronoff is well known to listeners and members of the Experience Pros Network. He was voted the best bookkeeper in the state of Colorado during the Fan Braggin contest, and he can absolutely help you build your business while making sure your accounting is all taken care of. Call Philip today and take that bookkeeping hat off for good. 720-837-0860. That's 720-837-0860.
Chris Cook, tonight at 6 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Shining star, no matter who you are, shine bright to see.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We do appreciate you for tuning in. This is the most positive business talk show in America, surrounded by the most brilliant guest hosts, guest experts.
Absolutely. Our next guest is Lisa Manyon, a monthly regular here on the Experience Pros Radio Show. She's a copywriting strategist for mission-driven entrepreneurs. Don't just sit idly by. Let's get some stuff done.
That's right. Lisa, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much, Eric and Angel. I'm always delighted to be here.
Well, you're always a delight having you on the show. We're going to talk a little bit about what you call the collaboration economy. Tell us what that is.
Absolutely. Well, I firmly believe that we are officially in the collaboration economy where people are the true currency.
Wow. All right. Okay. So help us get there from here, because we hear the word collaboration. I get a receipt on my, from when I go to the office store to go over to the shoe store next door. And I see that. I think that's kind of collaboration.
Yeah, but Angel's been trying to get rid of me for a long time, so tread carefully, Lisa.
So I think, first of all, the two of you are a fantastic collaboration. So I don't want to see anything happen to that mix.
Thank you. God bless you.
And you're right. The receipts, and that's kind of cross promotion, which is similar. I mean, it's definitely a way to collaborate. But where I'm going with the whole notion of the collaboration economy and people being the true currency is that we have gotten away from, in many instances, the true connection of people and the true value of people. And honestly, I think it's time for a very big shift.
Okay.
Shift happens.
Shift must happen.
Yeah.
Shift does happen.
All right, guide us.
So here's what I'm talking about. To collaborate, it really starts with you and grounding in what you're wanting to do in your life and business. So you want to look at if you're really happy, if you're really making a big difference, and you need to take a peek at if you want your business to be big or small. And sometimes by reducing the size of your business or by making changes that seem to be bringing you smaller, you're going to get bigger.
Okay, that seems awfully counterintuitive. How can we get smaller and actually help us get bigger?
This is wild. So here's what I've found, and I'm going to talk about this cool story that's been in the news in the past month. And I think this is truly all about the collaboration economy being the true currency, and it shows the collaboration economy in action. So there's this CEO of Gravity Payments, and his name's Dan Price. And he decided to cut his own salary. He was making over $1 million to make sure that he could pay each of his employees $70,000 per year.
I remember reading that.
Yeah, so here's what happened for him. Now, a lot of people thought it was just a publicity stunt, and probably there is a bit of truth to that. I mean, I think we want to look at PR and leverage in anything we're doing in business. But he found that there was a certain break-even point for people to be truly happy in their lives in accordance to the amount of money they were earning. And so he decided to change the entire culture within his business and to collaborate. And to do that, he took a financial hit of his own and extended a $70,000 salary to his employees. Well, what happened next was really pretty interesting. I've been following this because I thought, that's what I'm talking about. People are the true currency, and you have to treat them like gold. It's just exactly what needs to happen. Well, what happened as a result? Of course, he's got happy employees, but business exploded because they love what Dan did. Consumers are excited about changes like this that are completely counterintuitive. Angel, like you mentioned, it does seem strange. I mean, I don't know, honestly, if I was making $1 million, if I'd suddenly decide to not.
Right. I mean, and there's a lot of risk in that. Like, I'm giving away, or I'm taking out of what I'm used to. I'm, what I've built up, and totally turning it upside down. And I think that probably some people thought he kind of lost a few marbles on the way, right?
I imagine they did, and it kind of brings me back to something else that I've been really pondering. There's a quote by Richard Branson that says, consider getting smaller in order to get bigger. Well, these really big multimillionaires and billionaires are talking a lot about this notion, so I think they're probably onto something. I mean, I don't believe they got to where they are by not making smart decisions. So it made me think about, what do I really want to do in my own business? And I asked that question to all of the business owners and entrepreneurs out there, because maybe there are some shifts that we can make getting smaller that will actually lead to bigger profits, bigger payoffs, and more satisfaction for the people within our organization.
Lisa, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, okay, Lisa, do you have an example of something maybe that you're doing that's going to kind of follow in this path?
Well, what I'm doing, I'm a highly creative individual, and I'm going to just be very transparent here. I've created more revenue streams than I can actually manage myself right now. So I'm at a point where do I want to expand this and bring on more team members? Or do I want to kind of eliminate some of those offerings and just focus on my core offering of teaching how to create marketing messages with integrity and empowering other business owners to do that? And that's really where I'm going with everything.
Sure. You know, we're kind of going through some of those growing pains
Absolutely.
ourselves,
Sounds
too.
very familiar.
Yes.
Now, Lisa, we wrote a long time ago in a book that talked about a small change makes a big difference. And the illustration that I used was, you're in Los Angeles and you're flying to New York, but you're off by 1 degree on your geo compass, whatever. You end up in Miami. Those kinds of things happen. And I think what you're talking about is these small shifts amount to the same huge difference in the end.
Well, exactly. And I think we tend to complicate things. I mean, if I build out everything that I've mapped out, you should see these flip charts in my office. I would have a very complex organization, and I would be managing more people than I manage now. And when I look at it, honestly, I don't love managing people. So maybe I need to bring a manager in, or maybe I need to eliminate and refocus.
You know, and it is, and sticking to the core, because I think as our businesses evolve, what we end up doing is adding more things, adding new, but we never eliminate some of the old things. And we stretch ourselves too thin. We're managing way too many things. We're complicating our message. And so keeping it simple, going back to the roots, the core of who you are, the core type of person you serve, what your vision and values are for the community, does keep it smaller. And I think that there's nothing wrong with that. And there's an element of, even with these bigger companies, you're seeing them try to get back to that smaller culture, even like small mini cultures within the big company, because that mentality, I think, just fosters more personal purpose.
Yeah.
It does, and I think people are craving community hubs. I know that you see that in your local community and the local groups that you host and how successful they are, because that's what people want. They want that true connection, and they want to feel like they matter, because they do. But unfortunately, sometimes we've structured, especially the business models, in a way where people are a little bit lost.
Yeah. It is, you know, it's an important piece to think about. And as your business is growing, and many of our listeners are seeing just banner growth in their year, exponential growth because of all the activity they're putting into it. But now new problems arise.
Growth is not necessarily the huge conglomerate is not necessarily the goal.
Right. Because it brings on a whole new challenges of expansion. So if you're a small business owner and you're trying to decide, do I go big or go home or stay small, consider checking out Lisa Manyon's article, The Collaboration Economy in Action, on her website, rightoncreative.com, WRITE, rightoncreative.com. Lisa, is there anything else we need to share?
I don't think so. I just am glad to be here, and I'm super excited to play with you every month. And I want to know more about the book you mentioned, Eric, so follow up with me on that, please.
You betcha. We'd be happy to. Lisa, thank you so much for joining us every month. And I love that you call it Playing With Us, because, you know, this is the most positive business talk show in America, and we get to play. Last night we had, just an aside while we got an extra second or so, we had we call it an epic networking event. Well, we're changing the name of it, because after last night, we're now calling it an epic networking party. There was 150 people dancing at a networking event.
Celebrating business. It was pretty fun.
I'm so coming to visit.
Don't tease me now. All right, Lisa, we thank you so very much again. Lisa Manyon, rightoncreative.com, WRITE on creative.com. We just talked about the blog post, The Collaboration Economy in Action. Get in touch with Lisa. You're going to love it. All right, folks, you know, it's been a great show. And the good news is we're only halfway done.
Yeah, only halfway there. We still got a whole nother hour to serve you, to play with you. Come join our inbound marketing playground. Check us out at experiencepros.com and join us, participate, sign up for some of the fun events going on. Make sure that you are involved in what's going on in your community. When we talk about that, a small change makes a big difference. Every dollar that you spend in your local community adds to the economy. And so we want to encourage you to go out and do business with somebody today.
Absolutely. All right, we do have to take a quick Top of the hour station ID, get the news, and don't forget, we always encourage you to turn up the volume during the commercial breaks. That's because the people who sponsor this show are really the ones who bring it to you. And by the way, we've checked them out. They're pretty decent people to work with as well. You find many of them on the Extreme Customer Service Directory. That's at experiencepros.com.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
Dana Lash, 8 p.m. weeknights on KLZ 560.
SquareTrade does not cover lost or stolen items. Savings based on 2-year iPhone plan with one claim compared to Asurion total equipment coverage as of April 10th, 2015.
Getting a new Galaxy, iPhone, or other smartphone? Get this. Every 2 seconds, one of us accidentally breaks our phone. So protecting your new smartphone is a smart idea. But if you have insurance from one of those big cell phone companies, you're paying way too much. I'm Steve Aberneth, and I founded SquareTrade to give you a better choice. Phone insurance from Verizon, Sprint, or other wireless carriers can cost you as much as $11 every month, plus up to $199 deductible when you break your phone. SquareTrade phone protection is less than $5 a month with a much lower deductible. We can save you over $240. And switching to SquareTrade is easy. Even if you're locked into a 2-year phone contract with Verizon, Sprint, or other wireless carrier, you can cancel their phone insurance anytime. We'll even show you how.
Switch to SquareTrade now and save over $240. Visit squaretrade.com. That's squaretrade.com.
SquareTrade. KLZ AM 560, KLZ HD Denver. Listen live at klz560radio.com. KLZ 560.
This is the Blaze Radio News. I'm Chris Barnes. Newly released emails while Hillary Clinton is Secretary of State showing she is told that the terrorist attack on a U.S. diplomatic post in Benghazi is planned. Emails just released confirming Sidney Blumenthal advises Clinton 2 days after the 2012 attack that the deadly assault is carried out by an al-Qaeda-tied group, warning that the group uses protests over an anti-Islam internet video as cover. Clinton responds to an advisor, "We should get this around ASAP," though that contradicts the initial White House claim days after the email exchange that the attacks were spontaneous, tied to the protests over the video. That special congressional committee investigating the Benghazi attack now demanding that Blumenthal testify, as well as Hillary Clinton. ISIS taking new territory in Syria, also advancing in Iraq. As it does, Republican concerns on Capitol Hill are boiling over. There's a hearing on the terror group's continued gains, the administration's strategy for fighting it coming under heavy fire.
ISIS is excelling at a hybrid war. They're fighting conventionally as needed. They're adapting and they're employing terrorist techniques.
That's a retired Pentagon intelligence officer, Derek Harvey, at the Senate Armed Services panel hearing where Chairman, Arizona Republican Senator John McCain says,
"This misguided approach has failed to stop, if not fostered the expansion of ISIL to a dozen countries."
Here's more from the Blaze Radio's Robin Walensky.
Is it too little too late? The U.S. military finally sending anti-tank rockets to Baghdad so the military there can attempt to fight ISIS. The Iraqis have been asking for this equipment for some time now, and word it won't arrive in the country until next month. ISIS has already taken over Ramadi, less than 100 miles from Baghdad. Meanwhile, President Obama continuing to say climate change the biggest threat to our country.
This is news on the Blaze Radio Network. Truth lives here.
The Blaze Radio News on KLZ 560 Denver. Dana Lash after Colorado on KLZ 560.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. We're here to remind you that small business is big business, and your business is our business.
We're having some fun playing with some new technical changes coming up on our website. You know, it's one of those evolving things, and this is why you need a panel of experts supporting your business behind the scenes. Daryl Stern is helping us put a brand new calendar on the Experience Pros website. We've always used Meetup.
Right.
Love Meetup. Love it as a social media tool for promoting your business. It's a great place. It's good Google food. You've got your brand out there. You've got your picture out there. All of your RSVPs, your comments, anytime you post a review after an event. And it all becomes Google food, creating an incredible, just rich, thick Google file when somebody Googles your name.
And we love Meetup, and we'll still use Meetup for many of our events. But how cool would it be if you could go to one of the premier networks in the state of Colorado and add your own event?
You get to post your own events. Our members get to post all of their events on our Meetup calendar. And so you can anybody can use the calendar, experiencepros.com/calendar. Check us out, see where we're going to be hanging out, all the fun things that are going on, see all the events that our directory members are posting. And then as a directory member, of course, they get to just add an event, and we'll post their events there for you too. And you can see June is filling up. And how exciting is that? You know, we kind of sit around, kind of twiddling our thumbs, going, I wish more people heard about me. I wish I could talk to more people. I wish I could tell a little more people about what I do. Well, come and participate in some of our workshops, trainings, networking events, coffee meetings. I mean, we do it all. One size does not fit all, so that's why we offer so much variety to our audience. Check it out, experiencepros.com/calendar, and tell us what you think. It's actually pulling all of the events right now from Meetup. But I gotta love, I mean, technology is just, when it works, isn't it just awesome?
Yes.
It is just awesome when it works. When it doesn't, you know, it's kind of funny. Kind of puts us all on our ears. So I found a fun little thing while I was scrolling along through Facebook this morning. A little research was done on women and their bums.
What?
Bums.
You found research on what women think about their bums?
10% think that they are too skinny.
Oh, yeah.
10% of women actually think that their bums are too skinny. You think that that's not me?
Yeah, no, I can see that.
30% think that their bum is too chubby, a little too fat.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I
think that number is actually kind of small, but I was surprised by the number. 60%.
Well, the number might be small, but the bum.
The bum
may not be.
We're getting bigger bums.
That's what they say. I don't know.
60% say they don't care. They don't care. They love him. They think he is a good man, and they wouldn't trade him for the world.
Oh, look what you just did.
That one actually caught Eric's attention. He saw it was on my screen. He's like, Angel, what's that?
Yeah.
What's that?
Don't go away. I want to read it.
I want to read that.
The woman's bum size study.
The woman's bum size study.
Apparently, it's us.
It is, yes. Yeah.
Met a lady who just went through the divorce process, and she says, I lost 245 pounds. And another buddy mine says, oh, congratulations on both. She goes, no, it was the same movement. Got rid of my husband.
Yeah, the 5-pounder.
All right, folks, we got a
With Home Care Assistance Denver by your side. They are locally owned and provide hourly as well as 24/7 live-in services by caregivers that are custom matched based on client needs. They personalize every care plan to fit your loved one's very specific needs. Call them today to schedule your free in-home assessment. 720-443-3371. 720-443-3371. More information can be found at homecareassistancedenver.com. They love serving your loved ones. Call now, 720-443-3371.
Can you imagine going an entire day without your phone or computer? Crazy, right? How else would you communicate with your team, contact that client, or even get paid. Absolutely nothing happens when you don't have technology in your lap. Even a slow-running computer can stall your progress. And when your software doesn't sync, nothing seems to work out. You've got a technology partner like no other with C-Squared Computer Consulting. C-Squared is your business pain reliever. Solve your pain. Call C-Squared at 303-933-1113.
It was once said the pen was mightier than the sword. We are living in a time now that is demanding the Republic to speak up. Our elected officials need to hear from you. Commit now to send at least one of your representatives the pen. The pen is a bi-monthly publication with news, opinions, and insights for only $24.95. Order yours and order theirs from CSC Talk Radio, P.O. Box 73, California, Missouri 65018, or online at csctalkradio.com. Get your hands on the pen and share constitutional truth with your elected officials.
Congratulations to all the participants in the fan bragging contest. Over 2 reviews came in. We were anticipating great excitement and increased visibility for each business, but we didn't anticipate the emotion that came with it. There's no way to quantify the encouragement that your fan brags gave. Being an entrepreneur takes everything you've got, and to get the feedback from your own customers has proven to be priceless. Everyone here on the Experience Pros team salutes you today. Be proud, be visible. Check out the members of the Extreme Customer Service Directory at experiencepros.com. And thank you for supporting the companies that support us.
Hi, this is Eric, and I want to talk to you about my friends over at McDonald Volvo. This family-owned business has been delivering extreme customer service for almost 50 years right here in our neighborhood. With upfront worry-free pricing and super personalized service, your best car buying experience is at McDonald Volvo. General Manager Will Roughton is a great friend, and he wants to meet you personally. Call him at 303-738-4803. That's 303-738-4803, and tell him the pros sent you.
Tune in every Monday at 11:35 for What's Going On with Jim Smith from Prudential. Jim will host a lively conversation about the financial and investment topics you're asking about. You can call Jim and his Prudential team directly at 303-669-9701 and tune in on Monday mornings right here on the Experience Pros radio show.
Advertising is really effective, especially for small business. Turn your company into a household name by advertising on the Experience Pros radio show. We'll help you build a trusted reputation with the professionals who listen to the program. You'll connect with the right audience and at the right price. Advertise with the Experience Pros radio show. Sign up at experiencepros.com and put your brand on the tip of your customer's tongue. Sign up today and start advertising with the Experience Pros at experiencepros.com.
Dana Lash, tonight at 8 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Well, we're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. Wouldn't you love it if people just started breaking out a song like that after visiting your website?
Well, I think we underestimate the power of a really effective website and how powerful it can be for growing your business. So often as we are business owners, we start out in pretty much every sale that we conduct is all one-on-one, eyeball to eyeball, person to person. But turning your website into something really valuable, creating that customer experience online, it's tricky. But imagine that 24/7, 7 days a week, all around the globe, people are coming to your website, checking you out, and buying your products and services.
And they can have their questions answered while you are sleeping.
And while you're sleeping, I think that is some of the most funnest. It's one of the best features of having a valuable website. And here's the thing, we all want to create something and think that, the customers will just come. Going on this week in some of the Highlands Ranch middle schools, the 7th graders are conducting their own version of Shark Tank.
Really?
And, have to do a business plan, and some of the members of the Highlands Ranch Chamber are getting to be the sharks that the middle schoolers are presenting their business plans to. And it's so cute. They're 7th graders, but one of them had this thought that about this e-commerce website that they're going to have, and they were told, well, you don't really have a marketing budget for marketing this website. And he's like, well, people just click on it. People just click on it. And I think that, yeah, he's in 7th grade, but I think as an adult and an entrepreneur, don't you think?
Absolutely.
People are just going to click on it, right? All right. Well, Thomas Holland, he's the president of an online marketing agency, the Dark Horse Group. He recommends some simple tips to improve your website. The first one is adding a call to action offer near the top or on the sidebar of every page. Offer can be the same throughout, but make it compelling enough that visitors are willingly wanting to click on it, but put it on every page. Make it easy. Pam Atherton talked in our first hour about having that button be contrasting to the background and making it appealing. Like, click here, I want this. And what is it that they came for? And use that same phrasing so that they'll push your hot button.
And making it compelling enough is really one of those things that you need a little outside advice on. If you think about it for a minute. What you think is compelling, the voices you hear in your head may or may not translate to what other people hear.
Free 1-hour consultation is not compelling because we know that's code for sales pitch.
Right.
A free.
How about 10% off?
10% off.
Oh, big deal.
Yeah, 20% off. Really, unless it's a huge ticket item, doesn't even move the dial too much. Some services like free toenail clipping doesn't do it either. But maybe it would for a pet shop.
Have you seen my toenails?
Maybe it would for a pet shop. We think that, oh my gosh, this has so much value, and it probably does. But also be wary when you're talking about, oh my gosh, this has a $3,000 value. If nobody's ever paid $3,000 for it, it doesn't have that value.
Here's another thing that I think is very important, and Thomas Holland mentions it: updating on a regular basis. Do not treat your site like a static digital brochure. It's a dynamic communication tool. How many entrepreneurs have we heard who say, I can't do anything until I get my website up? Then they get their new website up and they announce they've got a new website, and they never change it until the need comes a year or two later, and then they have to come up with a completely new website. Wouldn't it be better if you added an article, you added an element, we just added a calendar?
Well, think about the stores that you go into, right, on a regular basis. They're constantly moving inventory around, redecorating, changing for the seasons, updating the looks. You need to do that for your website as well, because if it's the same old, why would I come back? I've already been there. Yep. Why do I ever have to come back
been
again?
There, done it, saw it. Got the t-shirt.
So make it fresh, keep it fresh. And you're probably evolving and changing some of the offers that you're doing. This morning, though, we kind of got on a little roll, and it kind of inspiration hits us at just random times. You can't orchestrate it, but when it hits in a big way. And again, we love having our professionals on staff that handle the backside of our website, because I can call them and say, okay, new thing.
What we need to do.
Here's what we're doing. And they always say, absolutely, Angel. Yeah. Great idea. I love that. Make sure that your design is responsive to mobile devices. What that means is when I look it up on my smartphone, can I find the stuff that I'm looking for just by scrolling up and down? Or do I have to squeeze and pinch and move and redirect? And is it all like combobulated and jumbled up? It has to be viewable on a mobile device, a tablet, a smartphone, on that new watch that shows it up on my wrist.
I love that.
I think that kind of rocks.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. Responsive mobile design is one of the hot keywords for 2015, and you cannot do without it. If you think, well, I just used the little widget that says interpret it for a website or for a smartphone, you're probably not going to get the best response out of it. And our website, it's a great example. You go to experiencepros.com. Our website is specifically designed to be responsive to mobile devices. And yet we added this new calendar yesterday, and Angel, I found a glitch. And I said, I can't put that out. I got to make sure we did. So this morning we fixed it.
Daryl fixed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was kind of nice. Making sure that you are testing it on those different devices. It's because it's absurd to think that the only time people are going to find you is when they're sitting at their desktop. So much of what we do now is on the go. And then making sure that your website represents your culture, right? Your brand, that brand promise, that feeling of taking people through the sales process. Make sure that you've got a professional logo, that it is a professional design. And as you are a growing business, it's kind of fun maybe to start out with some of those little freebie web design sites. But as you grow, make sure that you own your own domain, that you are the sole owner of your domain, and that it can't be like tied to somebody else. And then the final thought from Thomas Holland is link to social media sites and vice versa. Utilize traffic and sharing behavior using social media links. Because how often, how easy is it? We want people to share, right? We want people to tell people about us. Well, where's your share button? Where is it on social media? Where is it? How's it connected? Oh, it's not. You guys, you need to just do the thing. No, make it easy for your customer.
Yeah, don't cut off your customers. Make it easy. Love that. Great article. Thank you for bringing that.
Yeah, and then lastly, he says take particular care with the About page. See, he says, although the product, services, and contact pages are obviously important, your About page, he says, is the most critical because it tells your story and can play a significant role in transforming prospects into customers.
There you have it. Folks, don't go anywhere. More positive business talk and business tips and insights coming up next on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
The business professionals at Extreme Relationship Management know that networking is one of the best ways to create word-of-mouth marketing for your business. They also know that many of you feel like it's a complete waste of time. The difference is knowing how to network and what to do with all those business cards that you collect. Tune in every Thursday to learn about the ERM networking laws, and be sure to sign up for the next ERM class. Extreme Relationship Management offers training and events to help you realize how rewarding networking can be. Train it the ERM way. Find them online at extremerelationshipmanagement.com and call 855-I-LIKE-ERM to find out more about their next class.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.ca.
One of the most important tools in your business is your phone, and you can't afford dropped calls. You can afford Edgetronics. They get your phone system to work for you, not against you. As a certified veteran-owned business, they'll serve your business with honor, and they guarantee you'll always be able to reach them. Call today at 303-766-1699. That's 303-766-1699. Give your phone some love, and you'll love the outcome. You can't afford intermittent service or static phone lines. You can afford Edgetronics. 303-766-1699 or online at Edgetronics, that's with an X.com.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the Orange Effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Gentlemen, it's time to step it up a notch. I'm talking about your clothing. Sure, we're all super casual here in Colorado, but there's something to be said for dressing to match your market. You need personal stylist Michelle Martinez. Michelle will come to where you are, custom measure you for an unmatched fit, and help you find your next outfit, all without breaking the bank. Luxury starts with premium materials, and Michelle's got the best Italian fabrics. And talk about value, your clothes delivered straight to you, saving you tons. Call Michelle today, 720-261-4914. That's 720-261-4914.
If you have a rental property and have been managing it all on your own, let Legacy Properties PM help you build your legacy. They handle everything from emergency calls 24 hours a day, market rent analysis, and fiscally responsible home improvement suggestions. They don't mark up contractor work, and they provide quarterly interior property condition reports. Get your first month's management fee for free at legacyproperties-pm.com/radio. That's legacyproperties-pm.com/radio. You're going to love this service. For questions, call 720-989-1996. They'll help you sleep well and build your legacy.
The Dana Show with Dana Lash, tonight at 8 on KLZ 560.
The experienced pros want to help you get your business right. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experienced Pros Radio Show. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us for our business tips and insights brought to you today by RMK Cartridges Incorporated. RMK Cartridge is bringing the color back into your life one day at a time, and how they do it is really the secret to their success. They don't do any of that drill and fill stuff.
They don't, and you think about, you can go online, and this is where I think some of the myths have come across about remanufactured ink and toner cartridges. It's because you go online, you get something that's refilled, it's the wrong black, because did you know that like HP itself has like 37 different shades of black just for their printers, and RMK Cartridge carries all of them, but it's not exactly the right shade for your equipment. Because they just kind of drill and fill, it leaks, it oozes, it gushes, and it gets all inside your printer, and then you're mortified because the $3 ink and cartridge toner screwed up your entire printer.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
No. So take it to RMK Cartridge, where they remanufacture it. They empty it out, they clean it out, they fix it, they repair it, and fill it up with the correct ink and toner depending on your equipment. And they do it at a fraction of the cost. They are fabulous to work with. They're local business owners.
And they have to meet or exceed the original manufacturer specifications before they ever send it out.
Not everybody does that, but they do at RMK Cartridge. And again, substantial savings. I felt like my cartridges last longer than when I was buying them at the office supply store. He says, I don't know, Angel, about that, but I did. I totally knew. It was just a higher quality. And so we recommend RMK Cartridge. Of course, they have been sponsors of the Experienced Pros Radio Show since day one. We call them a legacy advertiser. We're so grateful for them supporting the show. When it was just an idea in our head, we think we want to start a business talk show. And still today, 6 years later, still really Denver's only daily business talk show, but RMK Cartridge supporting us every day. 303-781-2076, 303-781-2076. You can find them online at rmkcartridge.com. They're centrally located in Denver, but they deliver.
They do deliver. They're from the southeast corner of Bellevue and Broadway, but they do deliver. $50 is the minimum for the delivery, but I mean, it's free delivery. But if you pay $50 for your cartridges, just call them. They'll deliver. They'll bring it right out to you. Listen, I think I've seen the future.
You've seen the future.
I think I have.
I have seen the future, and what is it? Indoor plumbing. It's going to be big.
No. It's robots.
Robots. Oh, yeah. They're everywhere now. Doing all sorts of fun stuff.
They really are. And
I mean, they go from cleaning your carpet while you're just watching TV to what? What kind of robot are you looking at?
Well, I'm thinking about getting a robot radio sidekick.
A robot radio sidekick?
Yeah.
You're going to replace me with a robot?
Not replacing.
We're adding?
We're going to add a team member, I think, to
you
the radio show.
You think we need a third person here?
I don't think that we need, but I think we would benefit from.
Like, you don't talk over me enough. You're going to now have a robot in here, too?
I think if you see this robot, you're going to love it.
You think he's going to get a word in edgewise with you?
Who says it's a he? It might have been a she.
Oh, of course it is.
You never know.
Is she tall?
No. Actually, she's just head and shoulders.
You're gonna give her that blonde voice, aren't you?
I could give her a blonde wig, but I'm not going to give her any kind of voice until we.
I know you were mad at somebody. They had their little GPS thing on their phone, and it was a man's voice, and you're like, "Why do you have a man's voice talking to you?
I mean,
you should have a
missing the opportunity
woman
to
talking to you."
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think robots are the future.
All right, so you're gonna have a robot.
I'm just thinking about it.
I
keep saying you're going to have.
Oh, you're interested. You would like to, if it came about,
bringing it up.
If one showed up, you would say yes.
What would you have a robot do for you, your business? Would you have a robot replace a worker?
Well, the workers I have, I don't think could be replaced by a worker, but you might be able to.
What about Cher?
You think what she does could be replaced by a robot?
No, I don't think that.
I mean, I've got my phone. I mean, that's kind of like a robot-ish.
No.
I wonder if I could replace you. I'm just trying to think about. I mean, if it just has to have some witty comebacks, right? We can program it to have some witty comebacks.
Are witty?
That it searches the internet for headlines but doesn't read the story.
Hey.
And then, but carries my bags around. I would probably be very good at carrying my bags around. Probably better. I would never get lost. I'd always know exactly where we're going. Probably would get us there on time. Would be really a good time management. Probably really good at keeping time management. Actually, maybe. What would you do? Well, we already told us what you would do. You could replace
if you're
me.
Looking for, no, I wasn't looking to replace you. Stop putting words in my mouth. But you clearly have identified a need to replace me.
Do we need another host here in the show?
This robot that I'm talking about could be exactly the answer you're looking for, because it's nothing but head and shoulders, and it will interact with you however you'd like, and it's kind of cool. I'm just saying.
I think it could be kind of cool.
How about this? Do you have a repetitive or a dangerous job? Does it demand an inhuman level of precision? Those are the things that robots do very, very well. But then remember, you may need a robot wrangler.
A robot wrangler?
Well, if you're going to have a robot, you need somebody to take care of stuff with upkeep and repairs and what happens if it breaks down.
So we're going to replace an employee with a robot, but then the robot needs a wrangler. So we need to bring in a new employee.
You don't have to replace, but the robot probably comes with a handler or something.
Yeah. That seems efficient.
I'd be willing to handle the robot.
Yes, we know.
Just saying.
Saying what?
That's the future. The future's coming, whether you like it or not. Robots.
You could iron my clothes. That would be cool.
Oh, okay. All right.
Cook my dinner.
This business tip and insight brought to you by RMK Cartridge Incorporated, 303-781-2076. 303-781-2076. Bringing the color back into your life. We'll be back with more positive business talk coming up next on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Get your payroll and employee paperwork done efficiently, effectively, and economically with Employer Essentials. Free up your time, free up your money, and let Employer Essentials help your business grow. They handle all of your payroll and HR needs at EmployerEssentials.com or call 303-734-9436. 303-734-9436.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
When you work from home, you run the risk of setting up a makeshift workspace in the corner or somewhere off to the side of your bedroom. It's not really a home office. It just happens to be your office at home. Let Helene's Designs help you create a productive workspace that transforms you from hobbyist into an innovative CEO ready to be featured in a magazine spread. Take charge of your home office and call Helene's Designs. You're the CEO. Make sure your home office looks like it. 720-233-7302. 720-233-7302.
Let's face it, you're stuck. Sure, your business is stable, but you've been floundering it even for too long. It's time to call Stephanie Scheller. Stephanie is a systems, business, and marketing coach who's helped over 300 companies improve their results by setting up systems and holding them accountable to trackable growth. Sometimes all you need is a fresh perspective and a little bit of accountability to break through to the next level of your success story. Call Stephanie today, 210-426-6956, and just talk to her. 210-426-6956. She can help. It's your business. Call today.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nylon's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nylon's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
SharpNet Solutions has been optimizing websites for over 16 years, since before Google was even a company. Hi, this is Eric, and I want you to let that sink in for a moment. SharpNet Solutions has been helping hundreds of small businesses get found on the search engines since before Google became Google. They're one of the most affordable SEO firms in the country, and if you tell them Experience Pros sent you, you'll get up to 50% off of your SEO services. Still wonder if they can help you? Google Experience Pros. We use them. 303-900-4988. That's 303-900-4988 or sharpnetsolutions.com.
Wake up with Randy Corcoran, 5 to 8 tomorrow morning on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show with Angel and Eric, where we like to say we got here as quickly as we could. Social media.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Again.
Do you remember when the whole social media thing came along?
Yes.
And we did not want to jump in.
No, we were actually, we drugged. We drug our feet.
We had a little drug problem.
Right.
Yeah. People were talking about it, encouraging us. You know, the closest thing we had done thus far up to that point was Meetup, and that was a big jump. You know, you're putting your brand out there, and you're now starting to create this Google profile of your business, and more importantly, your personal name.
Right.
And so when we did finally jump in, we were excited. We realized that social media was blurring that line between your personal life and your professional life, because it was all there in one place.
Right. The big problem with it was, though, that everybody who wanted to call themselves an expert were just as clueless as we were.
There were a couple people, though, that were a little bit ahead of us. Do you remember what Denver Data Man?
Oh, yeah.
He used to teach some social media workshops. We learned a lot from him.
Does he
still?
Yeah, DenverDataman.com, yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know that he was still doing that, but that's who we learned from, and he was a pretty good expert at the time, but very few people were around. But here's the thing. Now, social media, it's here to stay, it's big and bold, but there's still a lot of us who aren't using it. And it isn't necessarily, I think, because of I don't want to. It's just, do I even have time? Do I have time to hang out and do the social media thing? But here's the thing. Do you have time to market your business?
Yeah, if you don't have time, if you don't make time, you're going to be spending your time doing something else.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Social media isn't for you.
What?
Social media isn't about you. It's about your customers.
Oh, I see what you did there.
It's about your customers. Your customers are there. More than half the U.S. adults have use social media platforms, like a bunch of them. 71% of all U.S. internet users are on Facebook.
Only 71%?
Of
bunch of slackers
all of them. But there's a ton of people, and Facebook isn't the only social media tool. I mean, there's a new one pretty much branching out every single day.
I heard what you did there. They're branching out.
Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. Because it is a social media world, I mean, some of our phones even come with a preset little Facebook button. The social media apps are so widely available. There's so much information being shared. There's so much interaction going on when it comes to social media. But again, you can't say, well, I don't want to and I don't have time. And we fall into this too. You know, we are not avid social media users outside of our interaction of Facebook, for the most part.
With business.
We have an Instagram, we have our LinkedIn, we have our Twitter, but where the majority of our interaction is on Facebook. But here's the thing, we even have to remind ourselves, where are our customers? What is it that they're looking for? And if we're not there, they're not going to search you out. They're just going to move on to something else.
Yeah.
You need to set up some expectations then. I mean, we're talking about marketing your business, right? And too many small business owners have a marketing budget of nothing, which is embarrassing. Don't ever say that in public. Don't ever say that out loud.
Right.
Yeah, that's one of those things. People will introduce me to somebody, and they're like, Angel, we really need to get the word out. We don't have any money. And I am thinking, wow, music to my ears. Somebody with no money who wants to market their business. How can I help? Not. Okay, so don't say that out loud because you sound like you're getting ready to go out of business.
You sound broke.
And here's the thing, you might be and you might not have a budget, but start somewhere. Think about when you started saving money, right? You started your little savings account at home.
I think you just
Tell
lost.
me you started your
you just
savings
lost
account.
half our audience.
Tell me you've started saving something. Okay, so you start small, right? $10 out of a paycheck, $10 a week, something that you wouldn't even miss, but you could put aside. It's a little amount. We're not talking $1,000 out of a paycheck, right? We want you to eat. So you start small. You start with something you won't even miss. When it comes to charities, give an amount that is acceptable for you. You can start with a $20 bill. You wouldn't even miss it out of your budget. So start with something small. Same with your marketing. You're going to allocate some dollars, just maybe a few, and you're going to allocate some time. And if this is not your sweet spot, you absolutely have no interest in it, don't do it. Hire somebody to do it. But you can't ignore it. You can't eliminate it. You can't just say, I don't want to do it, so it's not going to get done.
Don't not do it.
Yeah, we have
Just don't do
actually
it yourself.
brand new member just joined last night at our Epic Networking event, Actuate Social. We've got great resources on the directory. People are going to help you with your social media. I'm not telling you that you have to be the one to do it. I know you're busy. You got your thing. But make sure somebody on your team is getting it done. Outsource it, hire somebody, do what you got to do. But you've got to start small. You've got to allocate something, a little bit of time. If you say, I'm going to spend 15 minutes right after lunch, I'm going to spend, this amount of time.
Then be consistent on that.
It's same with your savings account.
Yes.
Eric.
No. I'm not talking about me, but when you sit there and tell our listeners, just like your savings account, remember the people that came to you and said, I'd like you to market my business and I'm broke?
Mm-hmm.
Those are them.
I know.
So you're
help.
just trying to help.
Trying to help.
All right. If you're on social media and you want your posts to, maybe be retweeted or shared, well, use photos. Did you know that when you add a photo to Twitter, it increases retweets by 150%?
Wow.
Right?
And how easy is it to add a photo these days?
Really?
My friend Faith, she actually came with us last year when we went to our trip to Mexico. And while she was there, she had some photos taken. And she used those photos. She kind of centered them and kind of off-centered her in the photo so she could have room to put some fun, add text and fun messages.
Right.
Think about that. Think about next time you're taking a picture at a networking event or around your office or of your staff or of your product or service, and it's just kind of askew, just enough, so then you can add some little text to the words, and now you've created your own memes. How fun is that?
Creating your own memes. I love that.
I like that.
I actually did that over the weekend.
You
and
did.
There was mine.
There was yours. So now we've got a nice off-centered picture of your laundry room door.
No, it's my front door.
And then, your front door.
Yeah. It's got squeal black spiced rum.
The squeal.
It's got a hat hanging over, a little cowboy hat hanging over my bottle of wine. And it's got a box of Whoppers that just didn't get removed from that picture.
You had Whoppers? That's like my favorite movie candy.
All right, well.
Where did you go? What did you do?
Nothing. It was just me. It was just.
You bought Whoppers? He's the guy that always says, I don't eat candy. I don't do sweets.
My son had the Whoppers.
Okay.
Listen, tweets with images receive 18% more clicks than those without. Tweets with images receive 89% more favorites than those without. And I told you, tweets with images received 150% more retweets. So, do that. Here's another thing. Share content more than once. Duplicate, right?
You know what? You can. You don't have to be creative. In fact, I know somebody who actually put together an annual calendar, kind of split up by, 13-week quarters, and just repeated it for a couple of years. And it kind of, some of the things had to be adjusted and changed, but for the most part, people don't remember what you shared last year. They don't even remember what you shared last month. Now, when I say duplicate, I don't mean every hour today. Give it a little space in between it.
Here's another thing, a great little tip. Have you ever done an A
I know a lot of people that have and have had a lot of success. The A/B test, you try two different messages, 2 different headlines, 2 different pictures with the same message, and see what gets the most response, and keep tweaking it until you get exactly the kind of response you're looking for.
Now, this requires you to go actually and follow up and find out how much response did that get, how much, what are your analytics, but it's not complicated to do that.
Remember, you're marketing your business. You're marketing your business. You don't want to be the most best kept secret. You want people to, when they meet you or they see something, to say, I've heard of you. And so if you aren't hiring out, if you're not part of a group that's advocating for you and marketing for you, you got to do this on your own, buddy.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. And, once you've got an article that's decently received, now take that and break it down into sub-articles, like a newsletter. If you have a newsletter and you've got this really long newsletter because you're trying to get the information out to the people, and you know that only 40% are actually opening your newsletter, if you're lucky, take each paragraph or each topic that you've got in your newsletter and spread it out over your social media. Sprinkle it like seasoning.
Like glitter.
Like what?
Glitter.
Oh, glitter.
Sparkles.
Yes.
Like seasoning. Seasoning's good.
Seasoning.
That was good. You kind of turned into a little chef these days.
I am a chef, and you can see what I can do with Whoppers. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more positive business talk right after these messages.
The Experienced Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Being a homeowner, business owner, or a consumer has never been easier thanks to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You can count on the Experience Pros Network to deliver the best in customer service and collaboration. Check out the Extreme Customer Service Directory for all your referrals. And if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out. And if their customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for the Extreme Customer Service Directory. Online at experiencepros.com/directory.
Women-owned businesses are on the rise, but where do you go when the bank says no? Ladies, you know it's tough to secure the capital necessary to launch or develop a new business. You need to know attorney Steve Replin of the Replin Law Group. Steve specializes in helping women secure hard money lending when no one else will step up. You have an ally in Steve Replin. He has the knowledge and resources to get you the money you need to grow your business. Call Steve today. It's Money in the Bank, your bank. 303-322-7919. or replinlawgroup.com.
Computers. We can't live a moment without them. My friend sent me an email recently saying she was having 99 problems and 97 of them were because of email and technology. I hate it when it doesn't work, but I'm stuck with how to get past the lockups, the slow retrieval, and lost data. This is what Binkley IT specializes in. All your computer quirks and hangups. They'll take care of you, and often they can do it remotely. Call our friends at Binkley IT and solve your IT puzzle one piece at a time. Call 720-254-1057, 720-254-1057. And if your computer is still working, look them up online at binkleyit.com.
The Extreme Customer Service Directory is the go-to place for finding the companies who have the best customer testimonials. Plus, to make it even easier, we narrow down the field to only 3 companies in your area. If you need a printer in the metro area, we have it. If you need ink and toner, we have it. The Extreme Customer Service Directory is one of the most visited directories in the state, and it's all yours to view for free at experiencepros.com. Experiencepros.com for the best in customer service. When you're looking for the best, think Experience Pros. You can feel good about doing business with the pros.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706 or visit RivieraFinance.com.
As a business owner, you know what it's like to wear a bunch of hats, and we know it too, which is why our very best advice to you is to outsource your accounting to By the Numbers Bookkeeping and Accounting. Philip Aronoff is well known to listeners and members of the Experience Pros Network. He was voted the best bookkeeper in the state of Colorado during the Fan Braggin contest, and he can absolutely help you build your business while making sure your accounting is all taken care of. Call Philip today and take that bookkeeping hat off for good. 720-837-0860. That's 720-837-0860.
Dana Lash, tonight at 8 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along with us today. Hey, why should you invite prospects to various networking events?
How and why
should
we invite? You made it sound like,
ooh. I'm dramatizing.
You are, yeah, that's what you do on a regular basis. I think that's kind of funny.
I'm just dramatizing.
All right. So I found a fun little article written by Penny Brendan with the Connecting Experts talking about, think about the events that you go to, the networking events. I always say never go anywhere with your passenger seat empty, enough for you to attend. Take somebody with you. And I've got kind of my fun little reasons of why that has a value. But based on what our friend Penny is talking about, she says inviting people to a great network or to a networking event has some really great benefits. And one is you were going anyways.
Right.
You were going anyway. So you haven't lost much time if they don't want to come with you, right? If it doesn't turn out, rather than going and sitting and having a long drawn out coffee meeting, inviting people to go where you're going to be anyways, it's just very good time management for you. They come along. If it doesn't turn into anything, no big deal. You didn't lose out. And very likely you're going to introduce them to somebody else in the room that adds value to them.
Well, and there's a whole lot less pressure, less of that sales stigma that goes along with, the coffee one-on-ones.
Also,
it's just code for, I want to sell something to you.
Sometimes it is, and sometimes it is when you walk in and now it's a 2-on-1 where they brought their boss, the closer, and they've got their whole presentation workbook set up. Like, that's not what I thought I was signing up for.
Just like you to watch this 15-minute video here first.
Right? That's not appropriate. If you ask somebody, can we meet for coffee to connect? I want to learn more about you, or whatever your phrases are. Do not bring your sales presentation. That is not what that event is for, unless you say, I want to bring my sales presentation. Can we set up a meeting, and then you arrange the date after that? But don't do a bait and switch. That's just icky. And you know what? You're not going to sell me. You're just not, because the whole time I am thinking here, I've been hoodwinked by you. And then you're going to do that to people I bring to you. I wouldn't do that to my friends either.
Well, and we're talking about your prospects, the people that you're hoping to do business with. And by the way, Penny says, be honest and genuine. Your prospect probably knows that they're on your radar as a potential customer. Wink, wink, nod, nod. They already know.
They do. But so make them feel comfortable, and don't be sneaky about it. If there is an element of it, you want to bring them a product or service, or you want to leave them with a sample. If allowing that conversation, it's okay to guide the conversation, but it's when you come prepped, set up, presentation ready to go. I want you to watch this video. I'm not even going to listen to you. In fact, I remember going one time to meet with somebody. I thought it was just a meet and greet. Let's just find out a little bit more about each other. Turned down the lights, turned on the PowerPoint presentation, consumed the entire hour of our meeting. Of course, we had to go, so we rescheduled another meeting. Came back, more of the same. And I'm an idiot because I didn't learn. I actually went back for that meeting a third time before I learned my lesson.
Yeah, and we never did do business.
It doesn't work. It's not effective. No. And anytime that you aren't genuine about what you're doing is going to be ineffective. Yeah. Secondly, she says, tell people what you have to offer.
Absolutely.
If you've done your research and you've done a good job of asking your prospect lots of questions, you're going to probably probably have a good idea of what's most important to them. So this is going to help you choose good events to invite them to, right? Good places to hang out with. It can also help you sweeten the invite. And here's some examples of what Penny calls common deal sweeteners.
Oh, all right.
She says, I know the host. I'd be happy to connect you with them.
Penny does that all day long. She is a connecting expert.
There's going to be a great speaker.
And that's usually the case as well.
The food is always amazing.
And that's where you'll find me.
I've got a few people in mind I'd like to connect you with.
See?
So every one of those is adding value to the person that you're inviting. And that's an element of, I just want you to, rather than I just want you to come with me because I want to sell you my product and I'm hoping that, I can turn you into a customer before 7 p.m., before my pumpkin, my shoe turns into pumpkins.
Again, using a networking environment to connect and build the relationship with a prospect. Ask for their help, not for the sale, right? Asking your prospect for help shows that you respect them. And here's a couple of ways that you can do this, even in your invitation to the event. Hey, I've never been to this event before. I really don't want to go alone. Would you like to go with me?
And it's valuable to take somebody to a networking event. If you've never been, to walk into a room full of strangers can be daunting. Last night I watched somebody walk into our room, 150 people. It's loud. There's music. It's super fun. And she walked in, she looked around and she went, wow.
Whoa. Yeah.
I was like, here, let me help you.
Yeah, we've seen that deer in the headlight looks before, and we come over to help. Similarly, you can ask your prospects, listen, what events do you like to go to? And would it be all right if I joined you sometime?
And then you get to have a networking buddy. I think we should all have more networking buddies, people that we go networking with, people that'll talk you up, right? That will talk you up because, you can always say, I'm the best that there is, but your networking buddy can help promote you and vice versa. And if either one of you are meeting interesting people that the other one would like to be introduced to, you're really, what did Lisa Manyon talked about, that collaboration economy? Yep. You're collaborating with other people. And so adding value to the guests and the people in the room. But too often what we end up doing is we go into a room, we're like, yeah, what's in it for me? Right. I didn't meet anybody good. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. If you can't meet anybody good in a room of 150 people.
Look in the mirror.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, but what do you do, Angel, if your prospect seems hesitant, even, you've invited them to come to a networking event or whatnot, there's always the I don't know, obstacle.
Well, obviously, especially if it's the first time you've ever invited them to something. Here's the thing. There are some things that you can do. And Penny recommends offering to carpool.
Oh, that's
and
smart.
Again, that's never go anywhere with your passenger seat empty.
Right.
Have a few events in mind in case the one doesn't work out. So have multiple things to invite them to. She says if they're nervous about networking, be an encouragement to them. Tell them you're going to do it with them.
Side by side, won't let you go out of my reach.
Penny also says remind them of the event and confirm that they're going, because remember,
people forget.
Keep the sales pressure off. And here's the other thing too. If you're looking at, if they're a prospect for you, like you're hoping eventually to turn this into a customer relationship, it's not then about the event, right? Anything that you invite them to is just another friendly way for you to build a relationship with them.
What if they say, no, I can't make that event, not at this time?
Perfect.
What?
Great. I mean, how many people can you honestly take to the event anyways? Really, the goal really isn't so much about taking people to the event. It's connecting and building that relationship with that person. So don't take it personally. It's okay. Anytime that somebody can't come, it's still, is the event necessary, a necessary part of going through your sales process? No, it isn't. We get so hung up on the thing, on the event. Oh my gosh, I've got to get everybody to my grand opening. I've got to get everybody to my promotion. I've got to get everybody to my book signing. It's nice to have a crowd, but that's not necessary. It's not the only way to bring them into your sales process. And so if they can't come along, great. You can invite them to the next one. You can still have valuable conversation during that invitation process and find out if they're ready yet to buy what you're selling.
I love it. And by the way, if you're looking for great events to invite prospects to, there are so many of them available on the Experience Pros calendar. Go to experiencepros.com. First screen you're going to see is that big calendar. Just click the button. It'll take you there. If you've got an event upcoming and you'd like to add it to our calendar, just go ahead and click post my event, and we'll take a look at it. Great for members.
If you're a member, and if you're not a member, consider joining us, signing up to be a member, and we'll post your events on our epic actually, I was going to say Epic Calendar, but actually I was talking of the Epic Summer Summit is on July 30th. That's the next thing you can invite prospects to with the Connecting Experts.
What's going on with the Epic Summer Summit?
Well, we're actually getting ready to do some really fun marketing for it, but it's time to get your vision checked.
Oh.
We're not talking about your eyesight. We're talking about your big, hairy, audacious goals. There was if you went to the Success Unleashed Summit in January, they had a big furry box that everybody put their annual goals in, and it was super duper fun. And so we're talking about your vision, getting back on track, kind of your mid-year checkup. Carrie Conley with Infinite Nation is going to be hosting a 2-hour workshop. And then it's going to be followed up by a big vendor event by the Connecting Experts, fun networking, a fabulous day. Mark your calendar for July 30th. You can sign up to attend at theconnectingexperts.com. And if you want to be a vendor at the event, you can sign up at theconnectingexperts.com.
It's a great way to get featured. There's going to be 100 vendors over there. They're going to be it's just a big party.
It's at the Thursday, July 30th at the PPA Event Center.
PPA. Oh, that's right, over by the stadium. I love that. All right. Conveniently located for your benefit. It's been a great show. We hope that this has been beneficial to you. Guess what day it is? It's not that day.
No, it isn't. No.
It's Fan Braggin Friday Eve.
Oh, it is Fan Braggin Friday Eve.
Yep.
Say something nice about somebody in business. Call us tomorrow at 855-FAN-BRAG.
Say something nice, and we'll let you talk about your business as well. On behalf of Charlie, our producer, Angel, myself, and all the people that make the Experience Pros radio show happen every single day, we say thank you for tuning in and participating in this, the revolution in how people treat people in business. See you tomorrow.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
With Kudasai,